in high school, after all of this experience, I really was like, I want to be a therapist, a counselor. I want to be a therapist that doesn't get conned by a kid like me. Because yeah, so that was really what made the shift for high school and dictated kind of how I live my life.
You kind of pinpointed exactly finally. I say, okay, now I know who I was dealing with. You know, the vibes I got from you by the time of high school was big sister, adult, mature person who had real life responsibilities that like us more immature, like less developed students couldn't truly understand that world. Like what would make someone have to like work at that age and be so confident in themselves, like independent, I guess is a better word, like very independent. It's like from like from my distance, like I admired that in you. It's like, wow, like kind of like a cool breeze. Um, right away, the reason why I want to interview you first is like, wait a minute, you know, I'm a lot older now and I have way more experience. It's like, heck no, there's no way that smile can last this long at that time. Something had to happen. And I never would have imagined it was something as monumental as that. Of course, it's like as monumental as you can really get, to be honest, for a child to experience. And yeah, that's what I got from you in high school. But it's like going back to middle school, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on with this transition and everything like that? And yeah, I got those big sister vibes from you big time. But my goodness, there's things that you've had to endure. It's just, yeah, my heart goes out to you.
Yeah.
I guess that's definitely how we move forward, is that kind of jumping really, no, there's actually one more question I had about high school. How did you see your life after high school? Did you plan to go to university? What did you even want to be at that point?
Yeah, I mean, during high school, I think in the beginning, well, I should say, elementary, middle school, I loved literature and English, and I was like, I want to
Mm-hmm.
be an English teacher. I want to be an author. I did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of writing. It was how
Mm-hmm.
again, another coping mechanism. I did a lot of writing. I've even like
Mm-hmm.
looked at some of my stuff I wrote back in elementary and middle school, and I was like, dang, like that is some
Pretty good.
talent. Like
Yeah.
that's really good. And in high school, after all of this experience, I really was like, I want to be a therapist, a counselor. I want to be a therapist that doesn't get conned by a kid like me, because I want to help. I want to help kids to actually, deal with this. And I feel like my experience is, could be really helpful in being,
Mm-hmm.
not that they would have to know my experience, but just that I would know when they're like trying to pull the wool over my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
know, so that they weren't just pushing away support and pushing away things. And I didn't learn until I was about, 22, how important that was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then my goals and aspirations turned to wanting to do something in that field. And then, really I kind of had a actual come to Jesus moment where I, was committing my life to him. And then junior, senior year, I was like, I want to go to Bible college. I was on the road to Harvard. That was where I was planning to go. And then I decided like junior, senior year that I wanted to go to Bible college. I was like, I want to learn about the Bible. I want to know, I want to grow in my faith, and I want to bring hope to kids. I want to bring hope to young people. Not just a like, proselytizing, like get you to go to church way. Like I wanted to be on the streets. I
Wow.
wanted to just like relate to kids. This was my whole vision. I looked at my experiences and went, I should have been a runaway. I
Of
could have been a
course.
homeless teen. I could have walked into trafficking, prostitution, drug addiction, alcoholism, all those kinds of things. I chose a different path. I want to help the kids that did choose that path because of similar traumas, and help them to see that there are other ways, and
Mm-hmm.
that they can have hope, and they can have a different life if
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they don't know that as an option. So that really
Mm-hmm.
became my motivation, is I wanted to do that in some kind of like youth worker, counselor capacity
Mm-hmm.
when I left high school. And so I did end up applying to a bunch of schools and got into all the ones I applied to, but I ultimately decided on going to a small private liberal arts non-denominational Bible college. And that was where I pursued a degree in youth ministry and psychology.
That's
And
crazy.
I just wanted the education to like
Yeah.
know how to properly, help kids.
Did
And
anything in high
so
school
that
point
was,
you that way? Like teachers or classes or anything? It sounds like totally unrelated to high school.
yeah, totally unrelated. It really was, because in high school, I was in all the advanced placement classes. And like I
Yeah.
said, I was testing out. I did the AP test. I tested out of a bunch of stuff, which was great when I actually went to school, because then I didn't have to take basics really, because I tested
Yeah.
out of all of them in high school.
Yeah.
But no, I was fully planning on heading the Harvard direction.
Not
And then
knowing
I did struggle.
what you want to do though at Harvard, or you still
No,
wanted to do social work?
yeah, I still wanted to do some
Okay.
kind of therapist, counselor
Therapist,
role.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I did wrestle a bit my junior and senior year of feeling responsibility for my brothers and helping my mom
Of
out. So then I
course.
did also struggle with, well, maybe I should just stay home and go to Saginaw Valley and,
Mm-hmm.
just do a program there so that I can help, help out at home. But then I really realized that it was important for me to leave so that my mom could do what she needed to do, my brothers could be in the place that they need to be, and that I wasn't holding myself back from
Mm-hmm.
moving forward where all the things that I had been waiting for, my whole life. I just was like, it was scary to do that because I felt overarching sense of responsibility for my family to be there. I questioned like, oh, how is everything going to go down if I leave? And that was another thing where I just felt like, the comfort of God to be like, they're going to be okay. Like,
Wow.
go the path, go the path you feel you need to go. And they were. It honestly was the best thing that could happen because all of us had to grow in certain ways. And I feel like it also allowed us to not form unhealthy codependent ties,
Mm-hmm.
and helped us to mature in the ways that we needed to get to greater places of healing and maturity from the traumas that we had in our earlier life.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that was